Hi foodies, Jenny here. Let's make a lovely pork belly jerk, rice and peas, and some macaroni salad with some fresh salad. Come on in, let's get started. Great dish here for any time. Okay foodies, so this is our lovely piece of pork belly, and I just want to make some stabs at about the skin so we could get some of that marinade to go inside, and little pokes also here on the body of the meat. Give it a good wash with lime and lemon and some vinegar, and you pat it dry so this looks marvelous. So I'm going to be putting some salt on the top of the skin, but first let us add our dry season rub. So this is my lovely dry season rub I have here. This is a jerk pork we're going to be making, so you marinate it well. Just put as much as it need, all on the sides. You're going to rub it in, and this we would let marinate overnight. I think I'm going to be using also, I could dip my fingers in there. All on the sides over here, see as much as you could get in and rub it in. Wow, this smells great already. And no salt is added into the rub. Tomorrow when we're ready to bake, then we're going to be adding that salt. So in goes that looks marvelous. I want to squeeze a little fresh lemon juice also on this. We wash it with lime juice, sorry. And I still want to add some more acidity here. If you have pineapple juice, you could use that. But I have this fresh lime and I really want to use it nicely. So this looks good. It took all of it. So I will add my heavy amount of salt at the top because I want a crispy skin. So we're going to add the salt. See what I'm doing here, foodies? This will help take all the moisture out of the skin, but you're not adding it to the body of the meat. So this looks good. So now, here in my prepared dish, I have a piece of foil paper in there, and I have here a piece of wax paper, cooking paper, or greaseproof paper. In goes that. Because I know a lot of my foodies said, Jenny, don't cook with foil paper, it's no good. No problem, foodies, I will listen to you. This is just ginger. There you go, ginger juice. It's nice, really nice. And pork do love ginger. So now I'm going to take my pork and rest it on that ginger. Yep, that ginger went all around nicely. So I'm going to leave this in the refrigerator open. So there you go, foodies. You see the salts is here and it's a little moisture in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the salts out. There we go. Rub that out nicely. Okay. So it's all dry and nice. So I just want to score down for the size that I would like to cut my meat after I cook it. So you take your knife now and you cut the skin, only to score the skin, not down into the meat. So look at this line now. It's going to be a little, you see that size, foodies? This looks good. Let's open up this one a little more because the skin is already hard from the salt. You see that? This is what I want. Again, sharp knife. There you go. Once your knife is sharp, you have no problem. Now this one, the skin get really crusty. It will be difficult. Here you already have it, which will make it very easy for you to get your slices. So now, foodies, let's just brush some regular white vinegar at about and add that rest of that seasoning inside the crevices. We're going to fold everything up really nicely so we could secure the bottom of the meat because we want that to cook into the oven now. Rice and peas pair as well with that lovely jerk. So coconut oil in the pot. Here goes a chili, and I'm going to add some onion and garlic and let that come up to cook. So this looks great, foodies. So now what I want to add into this pot, here I have my green herbs and my peppers, and I'm going to let that melt very well in there. Foodies, how I do my rice. I like to give my rice a nice little brown or a nice little toast in the oil and with all the flavors, and that usually will add a lot more flavors into my rice. I know my Jamaican brothers and sisters do it a bit differently, but this is my version. So in goes some tastemaker, and this is pimento seeds. That adds lots of flavors in there. So we're going to cook this up really nicely, and I want to add that rice in here now to let it toast with all its flavors in the oil. I washed basmati rice, and you give that a good mix. Let all those flavors marry in there. So the rice is frying really beautiful. So in goes some cream of coconut, and this is what it looked like. And while it fries, it's going to melt into the rice. So let us continue. And foodies, everything is going to be cooked in the oven. Rice and peas is going to cook in the oven together with that jerk pork belly. So let's take a look now. You see how toasty and nice the rice is. It changed color. So what I want to do now, I have bay leaf. I want to add my bay leaf in there. And my foodies who follow me, you know I love my paprika and my oregano. So in goes that. Let me get all of this in. In goes my peas. I'm using the ones in the can. And yes, I'm using everything in there. Try it. You could wash it and flush it out and make yours, but I am putting everything in it. I did this already and I absolutely love it. It's not a problem. It's just the brine in there. And here is that coconut milk. I'm going to raise the heat up. So I want to figure out to myself how much liquid I will need to cook my rice before I add it into the oven. Because once it go in the oven, you know there is no coming out until it is done. So yes, I had enough. Let's mix this in together before we prepare it in that baking dish. So in my old glass baking dish, what I want to do now is just pour in my rice that I prepared to go into the oven. So this looks marvelous. Here is my bunch of fine thyme, scallion, and some other herbs. I'm going to nestle that right there. And here's one whole green pepper. I'm going to nestle that right in there. And this is going to release its flavors into our rice. And it's going to plump up really beautiful. Let me put some rice over it so the flavors could get into it. And this is enough liquid that we have in here. Everybody snuck really beautiful in there. I tasted for salt. This has everything and it's just perfect. So now what you're going to do, put your foil paper on, seal it very tight and into the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. It have been 42 minutes. Let's take a look now. Oh wow, look at that. So let's just take that peppers out. And just get that lovely, ooh, yes, there you go. All those seasoning, those herbs, scoop that out nicely. And all you want to do is look at, oh my goodness. So you see foodies, you don't need to do stovetop. Pop it in the oven, give a different style. And there you go, light and fluffy. Rice and peas here. Lovely recipe here to try with that jerk pork. So let's finish up now. Okay, foodie, for my pasta salad, I'm going to be using some fresh grated carrots, some scallion. I'm going to be adding a little sweetness back into it with some cranberries, some celery stalk, and some peppers. Here, I'm going to put in some feta cheese in there and some buffalo wing cheddar cheese with my mayo. And also, I'm going to be using some yogurt. In goes some mayo. Mayo or mayo. You could do your own homemade version. That looks great. To this, I want to add some yogurt. Here I have some Chobani or Chobani. I'm going to be using plain yogurt. In goes that. Now in goes some sugar. In goes some chili flakes. In goes some white pepper. And in goes some black pepper. This is coconut balsamic vinegar. This I got, my foodies who follow me saw that trip that I did for the festival, that Cuban garlic festival. And in goes a little mustard in there. That looks wonderful. Now for sweet and sour, little tanginess, let's put some sweet relish. Now this is my version. You could do the way you like it. I'm just sharing mine with you. We're going to give this a good mix. It's drizzle here. It's a cold compressed olive oil. There you go. In goes that. And again with that garlic festival, I have here some pickled garlic. So you could just take that up and give it a little chop. Good mix. And now let's put our stuff together now. So here I have some chopped cranberries. Now this is my version, foodies. And in here I have some carrots. I'm going to go in with some celery, some peppers, and some red onions. Let me add that in. Here is my feta cheese. You could add as much as you want. Give it a nice little break, a little crumble. Just like so. I love the flavor of feta cheese. And in goes my buffalo wing. This is spicy, my cheese. Now, let's give this a good mix now. In goes our pasta, and I did boil my peas and carrots. I would have preferred peas only, but I had peas and carrots. So in goes some of that scallion, and now let's combine, mix to combine. Some paprika in there, and that rest of the scallion, just give it a little decorate, just like so. And now let me try this. Can't wait to try this. I love this. This is my favorite. Mmm. Delicious. Into the refrigerator until we're ready to serve. So there you go, foodies. This smells so divine. Lovely color here. And just take the liquid and give it a good brush and get that all brushed in. So now let's cut into this very hard. So those cores that we made was going to help us and guide us through. Oh, I'm sliding. Look at that color. Look at that texture. Piping hot. Lovely pork belly here. Jerk pork belly from Jenny's Wok. So let's do a plating now. So there you go, foodies. Our lovely jerk pork belly here that we marinated overnight to enjoy with some nice fresh squeezed lime juice. Our rice and peas that was done in the oven, and our macaroni salad with all those different cheese. There to complement it with some fresh salad. I have here tomato, watercress, and some cucumber. Divine dish here from Jenny's Wok. Great Sunday dish, great dinner dish. Great dish for when your friend is coming over. Lovely jerk pork with your rice and peas and salad. So don't forget to like and share this lovely dish. Your wonderful recipes here always coming out of Jenny's Wok. Like and share. From my kitchen to your kitchen. Happy cooking.